Personal Story segment tonight. As you may know, Dr. Ben Carson, the retired director of pediatric neurosurgery at Johns Hopkins, is a traditional guy. Last February in Washington, he spoke out against many liberal policies at a prayer breakfast, which President Obama also attended. You can see him right there. Soon after that, the IRS contacted Dr. Carson, who joins us now from Houston. So what did they want? What did the IRS want?
Well, they wanted to investigate some property, some investment property that I had, and they came and found that all the I's were dotted and all the T's were crossed, and then they said, well, let's just do a general audit of everything, and that was okay. And they said, well, let's look at another year, and that was okay.
Maybe that was just a coincidence, though. Maybe it was...
Well, let's put it this way. I've never had anything before this with the IRS, and nothing has changed. So
yeah,
the only
you didn't
thing
have
that
to pay any
changed,
penalties or anything. They just went through your stuff. So do you really believe that because you criticized some of the president's policies at the prayer breakfast that the IRS was given a little, hey, why don't you give them a little jazz? Do you think that happened?
Well, whether that was the case or not, you know, the fundamental issue here is the freedom of our citizens is being threatened. You know, I think this is a much more serious thing than Watergate or Iran-Contra or even Benghazi-gate. And, you know, freedom of speech, freedom of expression is one of the major principles of our country.
Oh, absolutely. And if they did that, if they targeted you, but, you know, you can't prove it. I was audited 3 years in a row under the Clinton administration, and I finally told my accountant, Swifty, if they do it number 4, we're going to bring suit. We're going to sue them. And then we told the IRS that. And we need to look. Yeah. You got 3, and we went through the hoops for 3. You do it again, and there's going to be trial. And they didn't. Okay, but I was convinced that I was being audited for political reasons, and I think you are convinced that you were too.
Well, we were certainly told when all of this broke that we were going to get to the bottom of this. This was a very serious issue, and now it's sort of gone off the radar.
Well, who told you that they were going to get to the bottom of it?
The president.
The president said, well, you got to tell me what the president exactly said to you.
No. He said this in a news conference, that this was outrageous, this was
the IRS, in general, targeting the Tea Party, right.
Right.
Yeah, but he's not going to get to the bottom of it, you know that.
Well, obviously they're not very interested in getting to the bottom of it. You know, I would appeal to the general media to buck up and do what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to be looking out for the people, not covering for someone.
Doctor, do you ever hear the expression spitting in the wind? Okay, that, you know, that's not going to happen. All right, now I want to spend the last 90 seconds with you. You heard the debate with Carson and Kate. Nobody understands this law. I mean, I've tried and tried and tried. Give me your take on Obamacare.
Well, you know, what I would always tell the residents before I retired is, you know, neurosurgery is very complicated, and you're dealing with people who haven't been trained in neurosurgery, but if you cannot explain it to them in a way that they understand, then you shouldn't be operating on them. And by the same token, we shouldn't be rolling out a program that most people have no idea about. I don't think even the people who propose this understand it, quite frankly.
Do you understand it? I mean, is my compromise that, you know, give the folks a year, the same break you gave some corporations, not all, but some. I think that's a fair compromise. You could still roll out your Obamacare, and we'll see where it goes for a year. We'll see, you know, if it works or not.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it certainly gives us more time, but I would take that time really to propose better ways of doing it. I can think of multiple ways that could cost a lot less money that would afford people much better health care. If it really weren't about controlling people's lives and controlling their health, I think we could get this solved. Okay,
but I think after saying that, Doctor, that the IRS is probably going to audit you again.
Hey, if God be for you, who can be against you?
That's right. I got your back, Doctor. They come close to you call me right away, and I'll bring Swifty down and we'll talk to them. All right, Doc. Thanks very much.
Sounds good.